This is our 3D coral that we're working on, and I was working on this yesterday with my kids. So this is our steps, and I also did some coral murals yesterday, large murals like this. I think third grade did the large murals, and the rest of the kids were working on my 3D coral. The large murals are the blue murals on the table, and they're going to go in the back where the windows are. I wanted the blue to show distance. I'm trying to create some depth in this art show, so the blue will help bring the eye to a distance that's far away or in the deeper depths of the ocean. And then on top of it, I plan to put some bright colors. So I'm getting some 3D effects. And of course, when we put our 3D glasses on and the black lights are off, the bright colors in the front will actually pop off probably about 10 feet off the wall visually when you use those 3D glasses. So I know that, and I'm teaching that to the children, that as an artist, we know that. And so I'm using those that information as I design the art show. So it's a learning process for the kids as we build this art show. Right now it's about 8 weeks out, and you can see I've started putting some, although it's messy over here, some large murals in the back of the walls. And I have a few other things up, but we have lots of things painted and just laying around waiting to be hung. You can see here how I'm sorting and organizing all the little things that the kids have been doing. A lot of this is the coral. I'm trying to work in the background first. This will all become the parts of the coral reef. And designs and decorations. Yesterday we also did, I'm going to go kind of fast here, we also did paper plates. Kindergarten and first grade painted some paper plates, and we're going to use those as hanging seaweed from the ceiling. Let me pan this way. But what I want to talk to you about today is the coral, this 3D coral that we're making. And what I do is I take scrap foam pieces. None of my foam pieces are purchased. It's all donated, and most of this comes from packing foam. You can see right here, I just got to those 2 pieces in yesterday. I lucked out, I was excited about that. I'm almost out of my foam. But it's basically stuff that comes from boxes, and throughout the year I save this, and I found this, now that I went to my stash, I had a great stash of this cool packing foam. And I cut it with this foam cutter, and this is well worth the investment right here, because what it does is when you break it or cut it with an X-Acto knife, I tend to get a lot of these little beads, and it makes a huge mess in the art room. And of course, the art room is messy enough. Anything that can help keep it cleaner is well worth it. Plus, I can get precision cutting and gorgeous shapes out of this. And it's just a hot wire, and it's not, I mean, I can touch it with my finger and it doesn't really hurt. I don't let the kids use it, just because of the fact that if you push too hard, that really skinny wire is going to break. And I only have a few more wires left. And I just do, for this coral, I just wanted random lines, very rough textured. So I'm just basically going up and down to cut it. And you can see how easily it cuts it and it breaks off. And it leaves this beautiful finished edge here. Oh, right in here, you can see. It's melted and it's nice and smooth, and there's no garbage or debris or breaking off little pieces of the styrofoam, which can make it a really crazy mess. So I love this cutter, and it works well. And so that's how I've cut the styrofoam. And then I give it to the kids on the table. So I'm going to pan back over here. And the kids go ahead and have fun putting all these little tiny dots on. And they're all in groups. They work together in groups, so that's good for socializing. And then what we do is I go ahead and I put a little bit of hot glue on where I want the piece to attach. You can see how these are attached together. And then to give it a little bit more strength, what I do is I use these wooden Q-tips. You can also use toothpicks or barbecue skewers. And I spear the section. I'll show you this piece in here. I spear, you can kind of see it's a gap. So I spear a section, put the toothpick in, put a lot of hot glue, and then just push this down onto the spike of the toothpick. And that just helps give it support. It seems like the hot glue alone is not enough. But these coral reefs will eventually go into the center of the room to form the large display that we will walk around in our final art show. So this is at this point now. And again, like I said, it's about 8 weeks out from, probably about 8.5 weeks out from the art show. Not a lot on the walls right now, just mainly a lot of the production and our murals that are being painted in the background. That one in the far back's about to be hung up. And I have a lot of stuff going on, and I do have those really awesome spiny sea urchins that I'll tell you how I've made as well.